Ruby Rose. How are you today? All is well. I feel a lot better. I don't know what the heck was going on yesterday, but it wasn't pretty. I was so happy that they offered VTO. Shoot, my head was hurting so bad I ain't care about nobody's money or nothing. Just let me go. Only for them to still glitch out and penalize me, so I got to go in here and raise something. I don't know if it's gonna be hell or what, but they're gonna get it right. They still took my points. I'm like, when I left, I had 5 hours and something to VTO. I wake up this morning, they talking about, you have, I'm like, no. It seems like ever since they changed this schedule, everything just is off. Because I'm like, this time I made sure I didn't drop the wrong thing and all that stuff. You know, dotted my I's, cross my T's, or cross my T's, dotted my I's, whichever way you want to look at it. I did that. And they still ain't do right. I done talked to the head HR guy the other day. He supposed to have been taken off the 2 points within 24 hours. I'm still there. Now they done put 2 more on there talking about, you're over 5 points. No, I'm not. I got 1 point, and y'all gonna release me from them 4. I come too far. Dang, dude, you ain't gonna stop. Don't you see the railroad lights on? I guess this train coming like 10 and 10:05. Yeah, it's messed up. They're gonna have to work it out. I know what they're gonna try to say. Well, you dropped the 11 to 2:30 shift, ma'am. My schedule said 11 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. Now, if y'all want to break it up, that's not my fault. I got VTO for the shift I was on. And I'm pretty sure that shift that they VTO was through to 6:30, so they got to fix it. Hey, from Kentucky. What part of Kentucky? I got family in Kentucky. I got family, I have family in Richmond, Kentucky, and Lexington. Yeah, those 2 spots. I used to get it all the time as a child. All right, that's what's up. You could be my cousin. You know, everybody probably related down there. And it's so crazy because I can't think of nobody's name off the rip. Oh Lord, that's a shame. I had an aunt named Aunt Emily Johnson. Yeah, Sinclair Johnson, the Johnsons, and I got a lot of cousins down there. Some Shearers. Okay, these dang on. Yep, we used to go to Richmond all the time as young kids when they we had our family reunions there. I haven't been in many years, but yeah. I had a cousin named Valerie Johnson. She passed away. She had a brother named Lamont. And I can't think of Susan, Stephanie. I can't think of their last name. That last name saved my life. Yeah, a lot of family down there. Definitely Johnsons and Shears, Twines. Anywho, as I was starting my car, getting ready for my ride to work, I was thinking about how I felt yesterday. And what came to mind was in sickness and in health. And I know we say that when it's pertaining to your vows getting married. But what about the vows to your life and our vows to God? I can't. It's like I have to vow to live my life to the fullest, to reach my purpose in sickness and in health. In sickness and in good health, I got to be praising the Lord. I could, a lot of us, not nobody, our bodies do have times where we are sick and there are times when we are down, but I'm just saying in the sense of it's not a pick and choose type of thing. I only want to serve God when I feel good. I only want to live right when I'm feeling my best, things like that. Or when I'm not, usually we want to serve God when we don't feel our best, and then it's, oh, help me, Jesus, But it's like our life is a thing we live, and we need to live it intentionally. The good and the bad. The good and the bad. We don't get to throw away the good, the bad parts and keep the good. Everything comes as it should. We say nowadays, life be life, and I'm going to start saying, hey, in sickness and in health. Especially when life is. I think yesterday I don't know. I was off my square somewhere. In my head, I really think it was like sinus pressure. I have no idea, but all I know is excruciating. And I was at work for 2 hours and 14 minutes. That's exactly what I got paid for. And man, I ain't supposed to have on my earbud, but I had my earbud in. Y'all know I always put it in anyway. I had my earbud in, and I was listening to a new CD by a gospel singer named Rich Tolbert. I always like his music. It's pretty good, but he got a new one out, so I wanted to listen to that. So I got in there, got me some water, made sure I was drinking water, because a lot of times our body will let us know when we need even water. So I got me some water, and I just started listening to the music and tried to put myself in a space of I'm going to make it through, Like I was literally at this station, like I felt weak. There was moments where I felt weak, like my legs wasn't holding me up. But I just kept on saying, I just got to push through until they come and get me to say it's VTO. And then I started thinking, if they don't say VTO, how do I then shift to stay till enough, for enough hours for me to be able to even use my time? So I was already preparing for the worst, but praying for the best outcome, which was for me to be able to go as soon as possible. But I was thinking as I was listening to the music, and there's this song he has, I was telling Double about this morning. Our pastor was talking about a young lady had asked him, why is he still doing this? Like preaching, still being a pastor. And he was explaining to us that came from a person who, is like a sister. She knows me well. She knows the ups and downs and the struggles and everything. And she sees everything he goes through, the things that we would never see as the congregants. And he said at that time he couldn't answer the question, and then he started to talk about that song, Your Grace for This. And as soon as he said it, I just thought about Double Speaks. It's like, I got to tell him about this song. I still ain't telling him about the song, but I had to share that message with him. Like, you're graced for the call that's on your life. It's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be fair. But if we're graced for it, that means we have the ability to go through it and do everything we're supposed to do, even still, even though it's hard. We're graced to keep going. We're graced to take the backlash. We're graced to take the hate. We're graced to take anything that life throws at us as we're going forth in the things that we're called to do. That helped me, Because like I said, it get trying sometime. And all it takes is one little thing to get you in another headspace. And that one little thing could have been that headache for me, you know. I'm a person who don't like to take medicine. I can't stand taking medicine. By the time I'm taking medicine, it's a wrap. I can't do it anymore, you know. And I ended up taking medicine literally this morning. I took some allergy medicine, cold and allergy medicine. Because like I said, I started to think like this may be some kind of sinus pressure trying to set up. But before then, I just kept just thinking like God is good and I'm going to keep on going. I can do this. I can make it through. I was motivating the mess out of myself yesterday. But that song title alone, but when I was listening to it yesterday, it was just like, man, it's like we'll be tried. We will have to suffer, you know. But he graced us for this. And that's any of us. Some people don't tap into that part of their lives where they're actually trying to serve purpose. And the part they tap into is the hardships and the aches and pains and the bumps and bruises. But they don't realize your grace for it. That's why, you know, we can gripe and complain about all those things. And still, like, you can gripe and complain about those things and then you find yourself doing it again at a later time, never realizing you got through it several times in the past, you know. Every time it happens, we're going to gripe and complain through it, but we don't never think about the grace we had going through it the first 75 times. Now, that's a change of mind. That's a mindset change. It's when you look at it like that, you know. I know things are hard for me right now and I don't have X, Y, Z, but I've been here before. You know, that's what I always tell myself when I find myself in a rut and I don't know which way it's going to go. I think about it. I say, you know what, Cheer, you've been here before. You've been here before. And if you start to panic, if you start to worry, you already know it was for nothing. He brought you through, he brought you out. Okay. Well, God, I know you're going to take care of this, so ain't no sense in me getting all freaked out. I'm just going to let it work out. And that's usually what happens. But I think, like I said, we tend to think about the hard time more than the times we came through. So it's like a repetition of complaints that we don't realize that we shouldn't even have. You know, how many times have you been short on a bill? 5 million? How many times have you not known how you was going to get to work when your car wasn't, you know, running or something? So they get deeper for some people. How many times have you not known where your next meal was going to come from, but you ate? I think the shift in mindset causes you to look at what is and not what could have been. If you think about it, a lot of times you be like, boy, I could have did this. This could have happened this way. We'll never say, whoa, this happened. It's always what could have. What could have happened? It didn't. So why are we focusing on that? Because you were graced for that, you know. You were graced to go through that moment in time. You were graced to handle that struggle in that moment. You were graced to handle that pressing that God was putting on you to get you to the next level. Sometimes I think he's reminding us. Sometimes I think he's showing us, you know, depending on the situation. Because it's so easy to forget. Hey, realist, I think that's you. It's so easy to forget. He'll never leave us nor forsake us. We say it loosely, but then we forget it in the very moments that he never left us. And we start going haywire. Oh, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, it's another thing, too. You know what I've learned in life also? Sometimes we be feeling pressed, and you know why? It be because we handled something wrong. It wasn't because God didn't provide it. It wasn't because we wasn't moving in our grace. It was because we messed up something. He still be saving us even when we mess up. But sometimes I think it get a little bit more hot when it be something we done did. You know you got a bill due in 5 days and you got the money, but you want to pinch on it with the understanding like, well, I get paid on this day, I'll have it, so I can take this and do this, and then when I get paid, then something happen with your paycheck. Hey, guilty? I know that had happened to me, especially in the hair business, man. I done had times where I was making upwards of $1,800 a week and then dropped down to like $350 in a week. Like, what? That's traumatizing. But anyway, you know, sometimes we end up doing things that put our own self in a pickle, and then start feeling the heat from it. It's ownership, you know. Dang, I messed up. I shouldn't have did that. Ain't got nothing to do with the devil. Ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It's something you did. But I am really just thinking about when we're under pressure and not recognizing the fact that we're built for this, you know. Should bring it. Because that, let's say pressure busts pipes and pressure makes diamonds. Pressure breaks pipes and pressure makes diamonds. Only way you're gonna get to that diamond is through that pressure, you know. Some things got to go through a fire in order to be sharp and shiny. We are like those things, you know. Sometimes he's pruning us. If you know anything about pruning a plant, you're, you know, picking away the dead leaves and doing all that good stuff, snipping and clipping here. That's the same thing that happens when I cut hair. It's a pruning process in a sense, because if a woman has damaged hair and I go in and I clip and trim her ends and clip away all the bad things, then that hair begins to grow in a healthy fashion. It begins to repair itself because we cut away all the dead and raggedy things, the things that are hindering our growth and hindering the process. So that's what God does to us. He prunes us. His pruning is his grace, you know. The fact that he would sit there and take us through a process, although it's a little painful, it's for a reason, it's for a purpose. He's pulling and tugging on you and cutting at you and putting you in that fire so that you'll be built to do what it is he's preparing you to do. Cut away those dead things so you're stronger. You flow better. You move better. You feel better. Yes, and I came through all this with a day blasted headache. Like, man, my mind be going everywhere, I'm telling you. But it also let me know that, you know, we do need to take care of ourselves a little better too, especially when you are living your life a purpose-driven life. When you're driven by purpose, you definitely have to take care of yourself, because when you're moving on purpose, then the adversary is coming for you, period. Because his purpose is to stop you from getting to that destination that you're headed towards. So you have to take care of your body. You have to take care of your mind. You got to take care of yourself along this journey so that you're strong to the finish, you know. If I know that spiritual warfare is real and I'm not taking care of my body, you know, reading my word, praying, you know, I'm weaker. If the word of God is how I fight my battles, and then I'm not exercising and using that word, I'm weak. I'm weakened. That might be why I had a headache. But I'm so grateful that, like the last 2 weeks, I've made it my business to go to church, even if I got off at 6:30. You know, I make it there. in time for the word to start. So I might miss the singing, which I hate, but I get there. And we're on a series about the word, you know. I don't think I've been to some good churches, some decent churches, but I'm so elated that I go to one now that is actually teaching the word, you know, not telling a story and using some scripture from the Bible that motivated me, but really teaching me the word, you know, and giving me the unction to go and, you know, because you do got to make sure what they saying is in there and all that good stuff. You know, so if I'm not opening the Bible in that moment, I'm able to take those notes, get those scriptures, and go back and see it for myself. Instead of me going to look and see if it's in there and then figure out that preacher never preached on that word. I'm actually, you know, learning the Bible. And he's young, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no old man up there teaching. I love the fact that he old but old, young but old school. Hip but old school. Current but old school. Yes, you can be all those things. But that's just the edification. You know, that's the fellowship that prompts me to go in and then deal with God for my, you know, with my own relationship with him. That's that thing that gives me that little, oh yeah, let me go talk to God again by myself. I'm hyped now because I got to go ask some questions about this. I need to know what, hey, wait a minute, am I getting this right? You know, sometimes you're down in a way, you know. Sometimes you ain't praying as much as you used to. But, you know, when I go to church and then the sermon is right there on point with where I'm at spiritually, thinking, okay, this ain't nothing but confirmation. So that's what I look for. You know? Like I said, unfortunately, I haven't been to many churches that, a few, I ain't gonna say, I ain't been to a whole lot of churches, but I've been to a few. I done been hurt in a church. But you'll never hear me be that person that's saying, oh no, I've been church hurt. I don't believe in that. I believe that you get hurt at church by some fools. You get hurt at church by some fools. And I believe that some people get hurt because they don't like structure. I learned that in business. Like, as a salon owner and as a booth renter, I realize a lot of people don't like structure. I have a problem with structure in a sense of being, just keeping it real. I have an issue with structure in a setting where I'm supposed to be my own boss. It's hard for me to adapt to that, but there's structure. But how I deal with it is I play structure in my own business. You know, my business is within your business. I rent a booth from you. So if I structure in my business, I don't have to think about the structure of this overall establishment. I'm on top of my game. But that's the way I had to tackle that. But I also understand it from an owner standpoint. We don't like rules when we're adults. We don't like structure. We don't like obedience. We don't like to have to do something even if we don't want to, you know. People don't like structure. So when you're in church and if you're in a church that's teaching you well and leading you right, there are things that they may require or ask of you. There's so many people that go to church trying to be the deacon when they supposed to be just sitting down learning. Them the people that be getting hurt because they be going up in there talking about, yes, I'm a prophet. God called me to be a prophet when I was 6.5 years old. I was sitting in the sandbox and God told me, you're a prophet. And I remember it like yesterday because I was eating a great popsicle and my hand was sticky. Then they go to church at 25 and they tell the pastor, I'm a prophet. I have to tell you this word. And they don't like the structure. That's not the order of that establishment, the church. You don't just go in there and and tell them what you're gonna do. That's just like going to somebody's house and walking in the door and going straight to the refrigerator, and you ain't never been over there before. You can't do it. So now you house hurt because they wouldn't let you go in the refrigerator. So a lot of people get church hurt, and then they use that as an excuse to be away from God. You can be hurt at a church and not go to church, but that's never an excuse to be away from God. At the end of the day, it's just an excuse. When you get a bad steak at the restaurant, you still go, you either get another steak or you return to that same restaurant later on and get another steak. Get another steak. Thank God we are the church. If you are in Christ, the church dwells within you. So that building really means a hill of beans. It's just good to be in good fellowship with some good people who are striving for the same things you're striving for, that want to be close to God, want to love like God, and want to grow in God. I know a lot of people, I don't do the church thing because they be wanting money. There ain't never been a church on earth that I done been to that ain't asked for no money. I'm not saying people don't be out here robbing people either. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: manage your business and pay some offerings. You ain't got to tithe if you don't want to. Give a little offering. Might get blessed. I like tithing because, for one, I'm grateful for what God did for me when He gave His only begotten Son. But also, just the principle of, the reaping and sowing. It's like when I tithe, my game is on point. I'm never needing anything, and that just me. But hey, it works for me. It works for me. When I'm not, I'm usually a little shaky. If I can't, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not going to hell. But I like to, and I also like to tithe because, especially being self-employed, it would always let me know what I actually made in the week, because what I would do is take 10% out of each head I did. So in the end, when I had my tithes and count them out, I'm like, man, I made this much money. So I always knew how much I made based upon my tithes for that week. So that was a cool way for me counting my earnings. I think I told y'all when I was like 25, man, I was balling. I wasn't going to nobody's church, but I was sending my tithes to church with my friend, and I still don't know to this day. She might not have put some tithes in the church, but that wasn't where my mind was. That wasn't where my mind was. So therefore, if she did that, it's on her, not me. I don't have a reason to believe she did that, but hey, I'm just saying. It could happen. But that's the same thing when you give your tithes to church. You can't be worried about, oh, they probably taking them tithes and gonna buy a car. Well, what that got to do with me? Like I said, that's just my way of thinking. Hey, I used to gather my money like the same way, and instead of giving it at church, I would send it to my children, because they didn't want to live in South Carolina when I moved there, so they were still in Ohio. So I would split it up and send it to my children. Still my 10%. That's the only thing I say. I don't like when they be like, oh, if you don't tithe, you be cursed with a curse. The lies you tell. Stop lying. Stop lying, homie. Was that a spot up there? Yep. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Thank you, Lord. I feel like I'm aging like to 70 already, the way I be talking sometimes. Let us park now, brothers and sisters. I hope don't none of these little high cheering come running behind my car. They be lit up in here, man. You can pull up in this parking lot with your windows up and get a contact. I guess because it's legal here, they really don't care. Yeah, this works great. Now I can look at the comments. B Rose, hey Diane. You pay for everything else, so why no pay God? And you know what? I don't even look at it as paying God, because what do he need from me? If you think about it. What am I paying God? Where he gonna go to the mall in heaven? Did you rob God? I can't. He owned everything. He owned even the money I made. I'm tired because the church needs help. You know what I mean? I would like that better. You know, we got to keep our lights on. We got a staff. Hello. We want to do outreach. That's a problem when you giving money and they never have anything that you can see. Because I've gone to big churches and I've gone to little churches. I used to go to this one it was a big church, and he would do like quarterly, he would put up a sheet, and which I feel like he didn't have to, but it was cool. He would put up the sheet and show like what he paid the employees, how much the lights cost. The lights in them big churches, yeah, them lights be like $20,000. Crazy. But he said we're gonna build some stairs on the side so when the women come to church, they ain't gotta walk down that grass hill. He put the steps in there. He said we're gonna do a new parking lot. There's a new parking lot. You know what I mean? That's when you don't mind giving. Now when you giving, and the only person you see coming up is the pastor, then you want to be scratching your head. Then you want to be scratching your head. Shoot, you got that little church, and they got that little knit house in the front of the building, talking about the building fund, and it's like the church house, the little house is dusty now because it's like 25 years old and y'all still in that same little building. Now who be robbing who? Okay, she's from Richmond. Like button. Let's Diane. Hi, I'm from Texas. Straight is adorable. Thank you from Texas. Hey, Phoenix. Phoenix Lightning. I like that name. Hughley's. Adrian. They're my cousins. I blues too. I don't know exactly how the blues tie in, but yeah, Hughley's. Adrian. I know Adrian. I remember her. I don't know why. It's like it's just in my mind right now. I don't know why I can't remember names, like last names. I remember first names, but not names. I'm related to Hughley's. Definitely related to Hughley's. I think her last name is Adrian. I think her last name is Hugh. Child, don't give me the line. I don't know what it is. I am certainly blank right now on my family's names. But I know both of them names, Hughley's and the Blue. Yeah. If you shoot first names, I probably know. But I'm pretty sure if you ain't related to me, you know the people that are related to me. I mean, who wouldn't know everybody in Richmond, Kentucky? So we got Adrian. I don't know why I can't think of Stephanie and them last name. They sisters. Susan and Stephanie. They got a brother and his name slips my brain. This is a shame. I talk to these people still on Facebook and can't think of none of their names. Can't think of none of their names. That's a shame. But I got a lot of family down there. William Burt. I don't remember nobody's name. I'm gonna have to go down the list and study my family's name so I won't be like this. That's a shame. I bet you they can all tell you my name is Jamaica Shear. But here I am, can't even remember their first or last names. It's crazy. It's crazy. I am only here to 2:30 tonight. Cause I said to heck with that 6:30 shift tonight. I think I got the 6:30 on Wednesday and Friday. And I'm really thinking about dropping that 3 to 6 because I think that's, for right now, it's a bit much for me. I'd rather, if I'm going to do that shift, I'd rather pick it up like in the middle of December. It starts getting busy for the holidays. Yeah, around them times. I need to, but I'm so used to that shift, so it's like, I don't know. I really want to try to make myself pick up like a day shift and like do 11 to 2:30 in the day and then maybe 7 to 10:30. If I can do that for a couple of weeks, I think that I can kind of replenish myself from all this dang on work. I will be at Amazon for a year, December the 9th. Yeah. A year. No, I don't know if that's her married name, but Stephanie has a sister named Susan. And a brother, and I can't think of his name. Charles, I think. I'm not sure what, I know Stephanie. I don't think Stephanie married. Susan married. Child, I don't know. But I almost bet you know him. I wish I remember the streets. Is it a street called Short Street there? I know we used to go on that street all the time. Somebody lived on that street. I have not been there in a long, long time. I mean, a long time. We used to have family reunions there every year, and then they started, like when different people would host them, they started moving them to different states and stuff where family was, whoever was hosting or whatever. So now instead of being in Richmond, Kentucky, I think a lot of them are like in Richmond, Indiana. I ain't been to a family reunion since I was like 15 years old. Mike Hughley. I don't know what that sounds familiar. Mike. Damn, I can't even ask my dad. Yeah, we used to be over there on Short Street. I want to say my great grandfather had a house over there. As recently, well, a couple years ago, his sister sold it, and everybody, man, I tell you, got a whole. My dad had passed away, so me and my sister had to split his part. We got a whole whopping $87. Yes, Jesus. Listen, I treated that $87 like $1 million. I looked at it as something my daddy left me that he didn't know that he even had. It might not have been much, but I took it for it was very valuable to me. Like I said, if I didn't have a sister, I could have had $150 something. Shoot, why she playing? A little piece of land. Shoot, a lot of get their portion. I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, I'm all ready today. Got my jacket on, my vest, my hater blocker t-shirt. I gotta go in here and talk business with these people because they're gonna take these points off my schedule. Yes, they are. Ain't no way in the world. And I'm sitting here with, what, 5 points now? I should only have 1 point that falls off in 23 days. They got me down here looking bad. I'm from Ohio originally. But today I live in Virginia. Yep, I'm from Dayton, Ohio. Home of the Buckeyes. Yep, Dayton, Ohio. Born and raised. Like I got everything in my bag, but I still feel like I don't have everything. Probably because I got cookies and muffins, stuff I don't need. That lady got a nice car. She always driving something nice. Let me find out what you do. I'm just nosy. I'm just nosy. Yeah, but overall, the day was a good day for me. And y'all know I ain't had nothing to talk about really. I just wanted to come on and chit chat. And you know, some days it's a lot to say. Some days it's just me going on and on. And today was one of those days going on and on. Hoping that, you know, encourage somebody. I live to be an encouragement, you know what I mean? I try to keep my nose clean and stay out of the way of craziness. And there's so much craziness in the world that is so easy to get entangled in. I'm a firm believer, if you lay down with dogs, you will pop up with fleas. So I try to stay out of the dog pens because fleas is itchy. I don't need none of that in my life. I done been through them days, you know. I done had a lot of fun. I intend to have a lot of fun, you know, from here on. Fun don't stop because you change your life, but I feel like fun is even better once you change your life. Before, fun was like risk-taking. Like, because I ain't have to be here as much fun as I done had in my life. Boy, craziness. But I can't say I ain't live, you know. The thing I wanted to do, pretty much I've done it. I wanted to do the Coyote Ugly and dance on top of a bar. I did that. There's a lot of stuff I wanted to do that I didn't do, but I'll still get on top of somebody's bar. Who am I kidding? I just like having fun. And I need to be safe doing so. I don't need to be in the way of nobody. You know, I'm trying to get my hair ready for my earbud. Now all the thought is, what am I going to do for my birthday? I'm going to have fun. I really want to do a girls thing, though. Just hang out with a few of the ladies and just have fun. You know how you get cute and you have a night out? I don't know what I'm going to do about shoes because I can't walk in heels, but I might have to go sneaker on them. I'm going to figure it out sooner or later. Yeah. Little girls' night. I literally have, my best friend here. I have 2 ladies I met here at Amazon that I'm going to invite. And then 1 lady whose hair I do. So that's 4 ladies. And probably my friend, I'm cool with her friend, so she'll probably be there. Girl, me, I can't even get out the door in heels. You talking about take sandals? I'm gonna wear sandals. I used to be that girl out here talking about, shoot, I can run in heels. Put on my 6-inch heels and go running out the door. I can't even walk 2 steps hardly now. I'll be having, and I'll go in the closet and get a pair and put them on, and then I'll be like, I don't know what happened. Honestly, I really don't. Like, you would think it would be like riding a bike, but it's not. Yeah, I ain't tripping. I won't be tall. I'm gonna be short. I'm gonna be short. Oh man, did my thing die? Oh, don't tell me my earbuds did. Now we're gonna have a problem, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. I got a couple pairs, so it's like, I don't know what happened. I hope to stay in my ear because I got to put the left one in my right ear. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. Definitely we'll figure it out. I'm tripping. Tripping how? About heels? About why? You gonna come to my 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. My earbuds. That right one ain't coming on. I don't know what's wrong with it. It was a little staticky earlier. It's probably trying to burn out on me. Man, I'll be falling asleep with this damn thing in my ear. I need to stop. Darn thing. But yeah. Last night I worked on the other side where I don't like to work at. I didn't even care. He like, you mind? I don't care. Fine, I'll do it. Like, people look at me like, you in the 20 pound? Like, yeah. But if I go back in 5 pounds, as usual, Diane, if I get in the machine, I'm gonna call you. Coming in at 11 o'clock, don't know where I'm gonna be at, you know? But I'm here to 2:30. And then I'm going home and I'm gonna sleep. I ain't gotta do nothing tomorrow. I'll probably go out DoorDashing for lunchtime, turn a couple corners. And then I'm going to church at 7 o'clock. It's a women's empowerment night. Madeline, hey, Madeline, hey. How are you doing? You at work? Man. Yeah, I need a break. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, I got some things I'm up my sleeve. Somebody said I didn't have to work. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm looking at him like, you won't get me with that one. You won't be tricking me with that one. Oh, you on your way? Yeah, me too. I'm sitting outside looking at the, what they say, the arrow is smiling at you. Nah. I'm grateful for my Amazon job. Don't let me complain and let y'all, don't fool y'all. I'm very grateful. I'm so happy I have kept this job almost a year. Because when you do hair, you self-employed, it's hard to stay on one of these jobs where you got to clock in and be on a schedule. So I'm real proud of myself for still being here. It's getting to the point now people see me, they done left and came back. Like, got fired, came back. Because if you get fired here, you can come back in 60 days. I think it's only one thing that keep you from being able to be hired again, but I forgot what it is. So a lot of people are coming back. So I done seen people come and go, and they're like, "Oh, you still hanging on, huh?" Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to this job because until I start really doing hair, I gotta. I'm surprised DJ in here talking about, "Oh, you drinking and driving again." And I say it with me, class. Kool-Aid. Nah. Grape and orange it is tonight. I'm going to the store and buy a whole bunch of black cherry because black cherry mixed with orange is fire. Fire. I am, Rose. That's why I want to get into that suite so I can have the freedom of recording. Like sometimes if you look back a few, through some of my old videos. I might have put some in. I think I put some of my hair videos in a playlist. I got some where I was like working in the salon doing hair, but I really want to get back to that because it's also a way of promotion and stuff, promoting myself. Well, y'all, time has skipped real quick over these last 3 minutes. I looked up, it was 11, 10:57. I gotta go. I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna get up off of here and go in here and do these couple hours. Y'all listen, when they switch this schedule thing, these 3 hours seem like 7. Because it ain't no break to look forward to. You know what I mean? The only break we got to look forward to is 2:30. Versus when I used to come in at 7, the first break was 10 o'clock. So when we came at 7, we always had that first break to look forward to. But now we don't have that. It sucks. But anyway, I love you guys, and I'm about to go. As usual, I pray God blesses you with sweet, peaceful dreams tonight. He covers your children on the way to school, on the way back, and while they're there. In Jesus' name, amen. It's stink out here. Thank you, Rose.